Hi everybody. My name is Jamie Kingus and I am a market partner with Monat. I hope you guys can hear me okay and everything's good. But I just wanted to come on, and today this is my week to talk about my story and like how I ended up here. So stick with me. So when I was like 18 years old and graduated high school, right? I never really saw like college in my like deck of cards, right? So I grew up in like a really blue collar home. My teeth look so blue. I don't know if they look blue to you, but this is throwing me off. Anyway, but I grew up in this like really blue collar home, and you know, my parents both worked really hard for everything we had, and they were divorced, and it was kind of like, if you're gonna go to college, you're gonna have to pay for it yourself. And I was like, okay, well, I don't have that kind of money, so I'm gonna jump into the workforce, right? And so I ended up finding a job in dentistry, and I worked in this dental office, and then eventually into an orthodontic office, and I started from scratch. I mean, I started from nothing. Like, I knew nothing about dentistry at 18 years old, right? But lo and behold, over those years, I had built my way up all the way to the top of this company, and I ended up running the practice. Fell in love with dentistry, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pay for it myself. I'm gonna put myself through college. I want something more, okay? I want more. And so I put myself through college. I went full-time. Well, I worked full-time, paid for it all out of my own pocket. And I went for dental sales. Okay, so I went for business, and I was gonna get into dental sales because I was like, this is gonna be great. I'm really good at what I do, and I'm gonna sell braces to other orthodontist offices that I had an in. Well, I got pregnant, had a baby, and he was 9 months old, and we decided to move to Florida. Okay, so there went that, right? Okay, so my husband travels here and there. We moved to Florida. We have no family here. We have no close friends here, especially like when we first moved. And I have like my friend Shannon, but she's in Tampa. Like, that was the only person I knew when I moved to Florida, but it was not close, you know, like an hour and a half drive or so. And I was like, well, what am I gonna do if we both have to travel at the same time? Like, this isn't gonna be a possibility for us. So I decided that it was gonna be best for us to have me stay home. And I always thought like, oh, this is the dream job, right? It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mom. I'm gonna be the Pinterest mom. I'm gonna bake little cupcakes and put faces on them and send them to school with my kids. That didn't happen, guys. It's not my reality, okay? That's what I thought I was gonna be, and it's not who I am. In fact, I kind of ended up being the polar opposite of that. And I found myself in a very lonely place, in a very isolated place. And especially being without any of my friends and family, I was like, this is terrible. I hate saying that, but that's just how I felt. And so, you know, I went from having that feeling to having my second child, my daughter. Try not to get emotional. So I had my daughter and got postpartum, so it made things worse. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Then you cut your hair and it gets all short, and you're like, gosh, now what am I gonna do? Now I have no hair and everything sucks. And I was like, ugh, okay. So I'm watching Kelly, right? Her hair is growing like fire, you know, like so fast and so pretty. And I was like, she looks like she's having so much fun. And so I reached out to Kelly and I was like, okay, give me the information on this market partner thing, right? Because I was just like, I'm gonna just do it, whatever. Tim's like, okay, you're not gonna do anything with this. You're not gonna make a business out of this, you know, whatever. You just want the products. And I was like, well, whatever. If I get the products cheaper, I get the products cheaper, but you know, maybe this thing will work. I don't know. I've never done direct sales before, like network marketing. Who does that, right? I was like, I'm not gonna be one of those people. I roll. So I was like, whatever. I tried it, and my hair like changed like pretty quickly. And I didn't realize that not only would my hair change, but my scalp was gonna change too. Okay, so a little bit of a backstory here is that I have had seborrheic dermatitis. Like, it's been diagnosed as a lot of different things: dandruff, dermatitis, uh, I can't even think, eczema. But I think that the dermatitis is probably the most accurate thing that it was ever called. But I was like, surely, like, this isn't gonna help that. Like, I'm gonna have to use like this stinky old man shampoo every once in a while to like keep that at bay and like whatever. But it changed my scalp. Like, my scalp was clear and it's pretty. Like, I have no flakes in my hair. I haven't used a dandruff shampoo or a treatment or a steroid or all those other things that I had to put on my scalp in over a year. Like, that's insane. And I always wondered why when my hair got long before Monat, that I would have to sit there and trim on my split ends, right? I never really like thought about it. I was like, it's just that your hair gets long and it gets damaged when it gets long. But that's not the case. My hair does not have those split ends now. And I think it could be considered long hair status at this point. The other thing is like the shine factor of it is like crazy. And the third part of like the hair products themselves and why I love them so much is that like it isn't stripping the color out of my hair. I used the same exact color I used 5 years ago, 10 years ago, like still on the market. But when I used it before, it would eventually fade out to like a medium brown. This isn't faded at all. Like, the last time I colored my entire head of hair was like 2 months ago, and it's still just as dark as it was then. Like, I touched up my roots last week, but I didn't do anything more than this much, and it's perfectly blended. You can see that. And I was really nervous to do that the first time, and that was the first time I've done just my roots, because I was afraid it wasn't gonna match. But it matches perfectly because my shampoo isn't stripping the color out of my hair. It doesn't have all that garbage in it anymore. It's naturally based. It's so full of everything good for my hair that's incredible, right? So with Monat, I found my hair is amazing. The second thing I found is that the community of the women that I do this business with is like none other. I literally can call these girls in the middle of the night if I need something, like I'm upset about something or I'm happy about something. Like, they're there, they're my biggest fans, they're the biggest cheerleaders I have. Everybody's there for each other. And I don't know about other teams. I can't speak for other teams, but I can speak for the one that I'm on. And the girls that we're with and that we're working with are truly amazing people. The other thing that is really cool with Monat is that they take us on free trips. Like, who doesn't like to go to Vegas for free? Like, hello, that was amazing. You know, there was a bunch of us that just went to Vegas, and it was amazing. We saw so many things. We did so many things. We hung out together. It was really incredible. You can earn free cars. Like, I'm 2 ranks away from earning a free car. Like, what? A free Cadillac? That's crazy. Not only that, is that there's a new founders opportunity that comes along with that. That's basically like a profit sharing, and that's at the same level as that car comes in. It's at a mid-level in the whole like grand scheme of it all. And when I first started, you know, I didn't really see the whole picture with Monat. You know, I saw eyes ahead and I saw the car and I could see how far I had to get to that. But I went to Monations last year in September, and seeing $1 million earners up on stage, seeing senior executive directors up on stage, seeing these people that their lives have truly been changed like tenfold, I was like, whoa, it just opened up everything for me. So now I not only see that car and then that next rank advancement and that next, you know, paycheck or whatever, you know, but I see it down the road. Okay. So they're supposed to be launching like $800 worth of products in September this year when we go to Monations. And the company, you know, we all know it's anti-aging hair care, right? So they said that they want to take this approach to being the #1 anti-aging company in the entire world, not just hair care, the #1 aging anti-aging company in the world. So that's just telling me, like, I'm a big planner. So like, that's telling me that this isn't stopping right with hair. Like, this isn't stopping in 6 months. This isn't stopping in a year or 5 years, 10 years. Like, this is a long-term company. The growth that we've had, everything is just incredible. Sorry, I took a couple notes because I was like, I'm going to get squirrely on everybody here, but just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. The other part about what I love about Monat and what it's done for me personally is that I went from having a full-time job, full-time salary, to having nothing of my own. Okay, like, yeah, I'm married, yeah, we have kids, it's our house, it's our car, it's this, it's that. But it was like, hey babe, like, I need to go get this, or hey babe, I'm gonna go get this, do you care? Like, why? I don't know why I would ask, but I did. Like, I just felt like there was always like I felt like I shouldn't be doing this. Like, I shouldn't spend money on myself. I should be spending that on my kids, or I should be spending that on my house, or I should be spending it here or there, or this and that. But now that I have like my own money on this credit card of my own, or this portal, you know, you can transfer it wherever, like, that gives me like this independence that I don't have to ask. Like, I don't have to feel guilty. I know I worked my butt off for that money, and it's extra income for our house. And if I want to go buy my husband something for Christmas, he's not going to find out about it because it's on my credit card, not the one that he's looking at and paying the bills on. Or if I want to go buy myself a nice outfit because I want to buy myself a nice outfit, I'm going to go do that, and I don't have to feel bad about it. If I want to go get my nails done, like, that's okay. These things are okay because now I have that money that's kind of my own again. If that makes sense to anybody, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how your relationships and your financials go in your household, but this is just something that how I feel as, you know, a stay-at-home mom. But those goals and those things, they change and change and change as you move through life. So when I started with Monat, I was like, yeah, I'm going to get to the point. I'm going to earn my car and I'm going to be good. You know, I can't go back to working as, you know, or go to working as a dental sales rep. I can't do that. I don't have that availability in my life as of right now. I can't go back to working as an orthodontic sales or orthodontic assistant. If you've ever been to an orthodontist office, you know that the days off of school, say it be, I don't know, President's Day, kids are off school, that's your busiest day. I can't call my employer and be like, oh, my kids have off school on Monday, I can't come in. You know, it just doesn't work like that. You have your patients scheduled. You can't just abandon people. So I was like, well, that's not going to work. Like, how am I going to provide an income for my family, you know, and be there for them at the same time? So right now, like, this is perfect for me. I mean, I work in my leggings. Like, most of the time I'm in my workout gear, like sitting on my couch, like working that way. With my daughter right next to me. She loves going and doing photos and things like that, and like helping me work. And, you know, she's so cute about it. She loves it. And she's like, every time she takes a picture, she's like, I gotta fix my hair. I'm like, oh girl, I'm starting you off already. But what it's done though, in like the biggest picture for me, I think, is that it's really inspired something else. And that is that I'm gonna go back to school this fall to become a hairstylist. I've always dabbled in hair. I've like bleached and colored and cut and this and that to my own hair, my friend's hair, my family's hair, like from the time I can remember. And I just was like, I mean, I never really like did anything with it. But being in this now for 18 months and really like loving these products and washing people's hair and like giving them a blowout and like this and that, like I really think like that's so fun. And then I can schedule my patients, back to orthodontist again, my clients around my kids' schedule. So if I know that they're going to have President's Day off, I can not schedule clients on President's Day. I can look in advance. I mean, sure, yeah, things are going to come up. Things always come up. It's being a mom, it's life. But if I can control as much as I can, I think that that's, you know, pretty awesome. Some other things that Monate's done for me is really kind of given me a self-confidence back. You know, when I was younger, when I was like 21, like stuff like that, like I didn't really seem to care about like my self-confidence. You know, it was never like an issue or anything like that. But as I got older, I found myself being more shy and quiet and reserved and doing things like, you know, not standing out in a crowd on purpose and like things like that. And now, I mean, I was asked to speak in front of 400 of my peers at an influencer training. You know, plenty of people in that room had made more money in the company than me, were already driving their cars, were directors already, but they chose me because of the knowledge that I had about the product line that they just launched, because it had vegan keratin and bond builders, and I went like crazy over it. And I knew the technology that they put into this collection. And like that, I was like, I can't speak in front of 400 people, but I did it. And I felt better because of it. And you have to challenge yourself. And that's really, I think, the hardest part in this business is just getting out of your own head. Like, you got to get out of your own head, because nobody on social media, none of your family, none of your friends are paying your bills. You're paying your bills. Maybe your husband's paying your bills, but you as a family, like, you're paying your bills. So should you have to worry about what Sally down the street might think that you're selling shampoo? Like, if somebody's gonna judge you for selling something, I mean, I hate to say it, but that's not a good friend. You know, I mean, it's just not. Like, I would never judge somebody for being, you know, a bank teller or a nurse or whatever, a realtor. Like, I would never be like, oh goodness, she's this. No, because that's not what a friend does. Like, you don't judge people because of what they do. And it's not like an icky thing to sell shampoo. It's shampoo. It's not like crazy. It's something that has worked wonders for my hair. It's worked wonders for my scalp. And I share it with my friends. I share on social media. I give my friends a sample if I see them and they ask like, oh my gosh, your hair, it's so shiny. This is what I'm using. Like, it's that easy. It's not anything crazy. Like, we don't really do cold calls. You know, you might get some people that, like, the second they, you know, follow you on Instagram and you follow them back, they're like, hey, did you hear about this? Blah, 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 blah. And this is what I sell. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's terrible. That's not the way to do this business. It's just not. Like, if anybody's ever approached you with Monat in that kind of like way, I apologize for them, because that is not the way that the company teaches us how to do this. But anyway, I've gained so much more than just a good head of hair and, you know, these friends, the community, the self-esteem, the self-respect, the courage to go back to school 10 years after I went the last time, and that was 10 years after I graduated high school. Like, I'm gonna be out of school for 20 years from high school, like, coming up soon. Like, what am I thinking? You know what I'm thinking? Because I'm a baller and I'm gonna do it. And you can do anything you can set your mind to. It's all in your head. So if you are thinking about doing this, you know, business part of it, or if you were thinking about becoming a VIP, if somebody invited you here, or if it was me, get back to that person that invited you here. Ask them more questions. I hope that I could be inspiring in some way. I just hope that, you know, everybody can have the chance to really just be happy and just be fulfilled and everything else. So get back to your people. I will see you guys later. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll get back to all the responses after I'm finished. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll talk to you later.